Why do we have to think about billionaires as people when the truth is they don't think about us as people? The truth is actually a lot scarier than that, because almost across the board, there are exceptions, but almost across the board, the second you become elevated from a frontline employee, there is an element of dismissal of someone's humanity in service of making yourself look better, in service of ingratiating yourself to your boss. I have a story. I once worked a position where my team, let's just say they were deviations removed when it came to being really fucking good at their jobs. And the better they got at their jobs, the more work they were given. They added more and more types of service that they were required to offer, to the point where they became so good at their job that they were basically being asked to fill in gaps for any other department. People can be really good at one thing, or like one thing with a couple of types of different workflows. But when you want someone to be good at 12 different completely unique workflows, there is going to come a level of inefficiency. And the powers that be, they couldn't wrap their head around why people were suffering. This got so bad that people started having mental breakdowns, or worse, let's just say that. And when it finally came to a head, when the people way up the chain were like, hey, why is this team suffering so bad? My boss's boss basically finally had to cop to the fact that, because people were out on leave, that there was a very real issue happening. And we finally got to be pulled into a meeting where I knew I was on my way out. And I basically told her, we're in this position because you stopped seeing the frontline employees as human beings. You treated them like numbers on an Excel sheet that could be leveraged to not only earn more money for the company, but to ingratiate you to your bosses and your boss's bosses and your boss's bosses. You stopped seeing very real people with lives and emotions and human needs. You stopped seeing them as human beings so that you could look good, and you didn't give a shit the degree to which you were harming actual fucking human beings. And I said that almost word for word. She started crying, but I didn't let up. And I was like, you're seeing it now, but you're seeing something now that you should have seen 2 years ago when you started doing this shit to people, when you were told what would happen. It's not just a problem of the owners and the CEOs at the top. There are too many people that want to look good to the people above them that start this process of